everybody. Welcome back, forward,
Wherever we are.
wherever we are. One of my best friends in the whole wide world. I'd
One
say
of
my
my
best
best friends
friend
in the whole wide
in
world.
the whole wide world, Mr. Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness. And it is always a pleasure when I get to speak with him. And there are so few words that can even begin to encompass the depth and breadth of awareness and brilliance that this man is and has. And he just...
Which I never knew until I met you.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't.
Wait a minute. Okay, hold...
Okay, you're talking about
New awareness. Hold on. Let's explore. This is the way it works with us. New awareness, let's explore. Say more.
Well, it's like I thought that I was kind of normal, okay?
Laughter
Only
in
kinda,
the room.
only kinda.
Yes.
But, it's like when I met you, it's like you would travel to the places I could go that nobody else could. And I began
Wow.
to realize how different I really was. And it's like when you have the path less traveled, what you realize is you feel like you're alone a lot because nobody else seems to go where you go. Nobody else has the point of view you have. Nobody else gets what you get. And it's like, it's not that it's not normal, it's just that it's not you. And it's like, and when you came along, I finally realized, wow, I am damn fucking strange.
Wow.
Because somebody else could go there.
Right.
I could begin to see, and you would say, oh my God, that's so profound. And I go, what? Because I thought it was normal. For me, it was normal. It's how I saw the world. It's how I functioned in the world. It's how I thought the world ought to be. And I would make it that by my choice.
Right.
And nobody else saw that. You did.
Oh boy, did I. And the things that we would talk about, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of people don't know. We would spend hours, literally, after we met, we would spend hours discussing
And hours
different
and
things.
days and hours.
And it would occur just like that. One of us would say something, and the other one would go, wait, let's explore that a bit. And we would, it was, I cannot tell you, it was and still is, but at that time in my life, it was just so glorious. It was so wonderful to have these conversations.
Yeah, we almost never have them now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Still
every
is. You know, it's been 20 plus years, and
Yeah.
still,
And
you know,
still, we have these amazing conversations.
and there's always more.
And there's always more. And that's the gift of this whole thing, is realizing you don't have to know everything. Sometimes you just can't know everything. And sometimes you have to have things from a different place in order to really get what you get.
Yeah, and having somebody who sees things from a different place, that is even in the same universe of the different way you see it, can be such an amazing gift, such an acknowledgement of what you see that nobody else does.
Yeah, and it's an acknowledgement of us as beings, because it's like each one of us has this amazing wealth of knowledge that we don't access, because you're not taught to access what you know, you're taught to access what makes you fit in. And it's a very great sadness to me that fitting in is more important to people than fitting out.
Yeah, exactly that.
You know? And I personally like new outfits.
I like outfitting. That's yes, exactly. As do I.
Yeah.
One of the things, you know, when we talk about this path less traveled, we were in Italy, and we had this these phenomenal access facilitators in Italy had introduced bars to second graders. And so they got permission to run bars for 20 minutes a week for 8 weeks on the entire class.
Yeah.
And the changes that they saw from this were so amazing. The kids were peaceful. They were happier. They were contributing more at home. They were less withdrawn. They were way more present. And they were way more
And they would talk
them.
to their parents.
Yeah.
And that, and the parents go, I love it, because since they've had the bars, they talk to me. I was not somebody they would talk to.
Yeah. And it lowers the walls and barriers, and it does this thing of giving you access to you. You know, we've been talking a lot today about you can't be talked into being you, but it is something that you can experience.
You can.
Something you can get the sense of, and something you can make the choice for. And it was so beautiful to see what got created in this school. So we were in Italy doing a class, and we got invited to go speak to this school of second grade, or this class of second graders. And here we are talking to them. And one of the kids asked, how many people a day run bars? And Gary said, well, at least 1 million around the world. And the kid went, oh my goodness. And Gary said, yeah. And that was started by one person choosing to be them. Yeah. Never underestimate what you have the capacity to create in the world. Yep. And talk about a path less traveled. You know, bars came to you and you just went, okay, I got to do this. And that was the beginning of Access.
That was the beginning of Access, yeah. You know, and it's like, and I started with who I had. You know, it's like I had 4 people. I called them up and said, okay, so I'm doing a class on what? Energy work. How long is it? 3 nights. How much is it? $75. Did I know what I was doing? Had no clue. And I started and I did it. And it's like, and it has grown and grown and grown since then, since those original 3 people. And one of the people that was in that class was Larry Little, whose information about the bars is in the back of the book. And it was funny because I read that thing every year, and it's different every year than it was the year before. And I look and I go, how the hell did that change? But it does. And it's like, because my sense is that as we change things in our lives, we change things in the other people that are in our lives, and they become different and don't even know why.
Yeah. And the thing is, when you started this, I mean, you had no idea what you were doing, but you still did it.
Well, I knew I had to. I didn't have a choice.
Uh-huh. That right there. But you still did it. There are a lot of people that know they have to do something, but they won't do it because
they don't want to be different. You know, and it's like, I was willing to be different because I had always been different my whole life. I always knew I was strange, okay? You know, I started out strange, and I didn't get better with time. I got more.
Didn't get any less strange
Didn't get any less strange, got more strange. You know, and I found that, you know, when I was a kid, I liked the people who were different. You know, the ones that everybody else shunned. I made friends. I made my close friends. I enjoyed them. They enjoyed me. We had a good time together. So I was willing to look at life from a different place, not look at it from, I have to fit in and I have to look right and be like. And I actually had a friend at one time that I had chosen to be like everybody else in my class, and I was in the in group, finally. And this guy came over to my house and says, okay, I'm going to choose you on. I go, what the hell does that mean? He says, I'm going to fight you. I said, why? Because I took your name out of a hat and and chose you. I said, I don't want to fight you. You're my friend. He says, don't be a chicken. Don't be a pussy. I said, I'm not fighting you. I walked in the house and I said to my dad, my friend's out there and he wants to fight. And it's just friggin' nuts. It's like, what is his problem? He says, well, you got to go out and fight him. I said, why? So that you are not a chicken. Oh, so you think I'm a chicken if I don't fight him, huh? Thanks, Dad. So I walked outside and I said, go for it. Hit me. He punched me directly in the nose. My nose began to bleed. And I said, okay, you feel good now? Bye. I don't ever want to talk to you again. I walked inside. I looked at my dad and I said, you happy now? He said, yeah. I said, good. And I was done. And I knew that it didn't matter to me what my dad said ever again, because he was only interested in me looking right for him. He wasn't interested in me. He didn't want to see my point of view. He didn't want to know my point of view. He didn't want to talk about it. He just wanted me to look right. I went, I will never spend my life doing that for anybody else again. Not ever. Well, I haven't.
But also, you don't put that on anybody else.
No, I don't.
You know, it's like, be as weird as you are, be as different as you are. That's actually
because that's who you are.
Yeah. Be who you actually are,
Yeah.
whoever the heck that is.
It's like one of the things I was thinking about on the way over here today is I realized that the greatest gift I have gotten has been access, because I get to watch people turn more and more into being them and who they really are every day of their lives, not just mine, theirs. And it's like when they become them, it's like they are some of the most beautiful, amazing, outrageously good and outrageously creative people I've ever seen in my life. And I think, wow, how did I get so lucky?
Well, and the beauty, I mean, this idea of the path less traveled.
Yeah.
If you're choosing to be you, it's going to be a path less traveled. That is
You're
not
going to be,
typical.
you may feel that you're alone. Of course, I was lucky because I liked being alone. I didn't realize
Me
how much
too.
I liked being alone. It's like somebody said, well, how does it feel not having a wife? Great.
After having been married for 16 years, you would know the difference.
Yes.
True story.
But it was more than 16 years because I had 4 years with the other woman, the first wife. So I had 20 years of being married, and I went, I like not having to worry about whether the toilet seat is down. And they would always go, well, you don't know what it's like to, sit in a cold, wet toilet. I said, yeah, I do. I did it once. And that was enough for me to know to check. I always check to see if the toilet seat is down. The idea that you're going to train me to put the toilet seat down for you so you don't have to check? Where is your life? Where are you living? You know what? You need to be aware, you silly twat.
The path less traveled, right here, kids. Okay, so this thing about you being willing to be as different as you were has created a worldwide movement called Access.
It has.
We're in 176 countries. We have something like 11,000 facilitators, different levels of the work.
Yeah.
And
we have people all over the world. And it's like, today has been a hard day for me because I've had more people texting me and thanking me for being in their lives.
Yeah, really hard.
I hate it.
I like that. It's because he doesn't like to cry from gratitude like I do.
No, I don't.
Yeah. He tries
I don't like to cry for any reason, but especially not that.
He tries to, because he's so tough. So...
I am tough. I'll kill you.
One of the sweetest men on the planet who, it's wonderful to be in the presence of. So any parting words on our conversation on the path less traveled?
Yeah, it's like if you're going to be you, you may travel with less people, but you will have more of you no matter what. And when you have more of you, nobody can ever take it away from you. That's the gift I think Access is. It's like you learn all these things, you have all these things, and nobody can take away what you know. And I personally would like everybody to function from their knowing, not from the necessity of being something somebody else requires or desires.
Well stated, my friend. So for thousands of people out there in the world, I am just going to say to you, thank you. And thank you for the gift that you have been for me for the last 2 decades plus. And one of the things that would happen is I would say to Gary, I'd say, Gary, will you help me please? Like, I got this thing up. Will you help me please? There is not one time in the last 2+ decades where he's ever said no, where he's ever not been there for me. And what that did for me was it created a space where I could walk this path because I always knew there was at least one person that was there that would have my back, and one person that was there when it got so strange and I felt so insecure and so wrong and wanted to throw in the friggin' towel because it happened a lot of times. And every single time I got to that place, every single time, what was right beyond it was gloriousness. It was a far bigger, far greater reality. And having a man there like this, a friend there like this, to always be there for you, I cannot tell you what a phenomenal gift that is.
Well,
thank you.
Same to you. You've been that for me. You've always been there for me, and you've always helped me. And it's like without you and the things that you've done for me physically, I would not be alive today. You changed my life, and you made me live, and you keep on doing that. Damn you.
It's your fault. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, beautifuls. See you soon again.
Bye.